On a hill next to Brooklyn's first official park sits Brooklyn's oldest voluntary hospital. For 175 years, from this very site, the people of Brooklyn have been served by the countless heroes within. The seeds of compassionate, community-based healthcare were planted in 1839 when a pair of wagons collided on Fulton Street near Brooklyn City Hall. At that time, there was no hospital and no place to care for the one driver who broke his leg in the incident. Instead, the sick were nursed at home or taken to an almshouse 4 miles away. But as luck would have it, 2 prominent citizens witnessed the accident: Cyrus P. Smith, Brooklyn's first elected mayor, and his friend Robert Nichols. After helping the driver to a private home for treatment and generously covering the cost, they organized a group of visionary businessmen and civic leaders who set out to build the Brooklyn City Hospital. The benevolence of these founding trustees, the first in a long line of heroic figures who would shape our future, ensured the hospital's early success. Augustus Graham, a manufacturer, social activist, and philanthropist, was especially generous. In 1845, the hospital received its charter from the state of New York, and so began our lasting mission to accept and treat any patient who required care, including the poorest and neediest. Less than 2 decades had passed when the Civil War broke out. The hospital readied itself, setting aside 60 beds where surgeons and nurses cared for sick and disabled soldiers, just as they would do during the Spanish-American War, World War I, and World War II. Many of these professionals were war heroes themselves, bravely enlisting for medical service on the battlefield. Walt Whitman visited the hospital as a volunteer during the Civil War, bringing supplies and comfort to the wounded. Writing for the Brooklyn Standard in 1862, he called the Brooklyn City Hospital one of the most useful and humane of all the institutions of our city. Since those earliest days, the hospital was a hub of learning and innovation for young doctors and future heroes like Walter Reed. Here he studied the principles of epidemiology, sanitation, and disease transmission. Dr. Reed later joined the Army Medical Corps, first investigating typhoid fever outbreaks among troops during the Spanish-American War, and then going on to discover the cause of yellow fever. In 1880, the ladies of the Fruit and Flower Mission helped the hospital found Brooklyn's first nursing school, giving determined young women the opportunity to pursue public service and scientific training in the footsteps of Florence Nightingale. And in 1890, a new ambulance service was deployed to rapidly respond to emergencies across the city. As the hospital advanced through the 20th century, it absorbed and rescued other institutions, adding new services and expanding care to more residents than ever before. New buildings, new equipment, new specialties and advancements, many made possible by the generosity of the people of Brooklyn. Whether world-renowned or unsung, medical professionals or community members, they are all heroes, and they all play a vital role in making us who we are. So, as we look to the next 175 years, the Brooklyn Hospital Center will continue to be about people, just as we were from the start. The people who lead, the people who heal, the people we serve. Our community, our Brooklyn, our hospital.